all the artists of Sholay have unforgettable memories of this film. So let us start with Gabbar Singh, that is Amjad Khan. Amjad Khan was waiting for a break in films as he was only doing small bit roles and theatre, and Sholay was his first film. Let us see how he got this role. The role of Gabbar was first offered to Danny Denzongpa, who was very popular in those days. As the Sippys wanted a multi-starrer, they had booked Sanjeev Kumar, Dharmendra, Hema Malini, Jaya Bhaduri, Amitabh Bachchan, and Amjad joined much later. Luckily for Amjad, Danny could not adjust the dates, and Salim and Javed suggested Amjad's name as he was a theatre actor and they had seen his performance. As Amjad walked into the writing room of Ramesh, he recalls that Ramesh was lying on a couch. He first saw Amjad from a low angle. He immediately decided that here was his Gabbar Singh. But Amjad's woes had just started. His life was very difficult. He had a father who was fighting cancer and a wife who had just delivered their first son. A lot was expected out of him. Amjad started preparing earnestly for the role. Gabbar was the role of his lifetime. He read the book Abhishapt Chambal about the dacoits in Chambal Valley, written by Jaya Bhaduri's father, Tarun Kumar. He made his wife Sheila also read it. In his childhood, he used to hear his dobiwala calling his wife Areo Shanti, and from there he picked up the Areo Samba. He was super excited with this offer, but at the same time he was very insecure as he was acting with all big stars. Now the time had come for him to travel to Bangalore for his first day shoot. He prayed, keeping the Quran on his head. For the first time, his wife was shocked because he was not very spiritual. And then he went to the airport. He boarded the plane. But then the plane, after hovering for some time, came back to Mumbai airport as there was a technical glitch. A lot of passengers went back, but Amjad sat in the airport praying and praying and praying. After a long wait of more than 5 hours, which seemed never ending, Amjad Khan finally boarded the flight to Bangalore. And he was praying in the flight also. He was just praying plane should not crash and Danny should not become Gabbar. That was his prayer. So that is how he started his journey from Mumbai to Bangalore for the shoot of Sholay. And then what happened is even more interesting. On the first day of shoot, he couldn't get his lines right. He was nervous, and after 40 odd takes, the director Ramesh Sippy and his cameraman Divecha asked him to take a break for the whole schedule. Injury and insult added to the already existing pressure for Amjad. That night, he went to his room and cried bitterly. He had got this break after years of struggle, and now would he be able to pull through this role, or will he be replaced, was a question in his mind. From the next day onwards, Amjad was asked to dress up in his character like Gabbar and come and sit and observe the shoot on the set. There were rumors and murmurs that he would be replaced. Even Salim and Javed, who had earlier recommended him, went to Ramesh Sippy and asked him to replace Amjad if he thought he was not fit. They were not willing to take a risk as the film was a multi-starrer with all big stars and the villain was a newcomer. Ironically, Amjad came to know of this. Though Salim and Javed created the path-breaking character of Gabbar Singh for Amjad Khan, the hurt was too much for him and he never again worked with them. But Ramesh stood his ground and was confident that Amjad would deliver. Amjad practiced day and night, devouring endless cups of tea throughout the day. Finally, during the second schedule, he got his act together and his takes were okayed. He had become Gabbar himself. But Amjad's difficulties were not over yet. After the film was shot in the dubbing theatre, people did not like his voice. They thought it was very gruff. They suggested that Amjad's voice be changed as it did not match a regular villain's voice. Amjad was devastated. Will his first film become his last film? How would people accept him with a dubbed voice? But again, Ramesh Sippy went with his gut feeling and retained Amjad's voice. Now, what happened after the release of the film is another story, and we will leave Amjad for now.
If you like our videos and channel, please like and subscribe.